demand immediate response to any breaches or to peace that they are witnessing. We also ask that all the leaders of 87 political parties, I think that's the number, right, or more, agree to sign a code of conduct for peaceful conduct of elections, and that they will make peace their rallying call in all their campaign messages and speaking platforms. We also ask that the regulator of political parties and law enforcement agencies take swift and decisive action in the event of breach of these terms of code of conduct. And I know that NCIC is already at the forefront of this. And we also ask that the network of women mediators be allowed to publicly hold political parties and their supporters to account for any breaches to peace. So you may wonder, so we have a lot of asks. How are we as development partners supporting in this effort? So I want to assure you as I end that we are not sitting by and just watching the space. In partnership with a wide range of actors in government, in civil society, in the donors and private sector, and some of our donors that include Finland, Canada, Ireland, Italy, the European Union, Germany, and many more, we have joined hands to invest in efforts to increase the number of women in elective seats come August 2022, while also amplifying women's calls for a safe and peaceful election, with women at the heart of these efforts. I thank you for your attention. Asanteni sana.
That is Anna Mutavati, Country Representative UN Women. Tumpigie makofi jameni zaidi anapokwenda kukaa. Another round of applause as she takes her seat. Na mabibi na mabwana, iwapo ndo mnajiunga nasi popote mlipo, tuko hapa rasmi kwa uzinduzi wa Mimi Mkenya. Mimi Mkenya na wajia moja kwa moja kutoka Ngong Road katika uwanja huu wa Raga, na tuko hapa zaidi kukuhimiza wewe Mkenya hapo ulipo kwamba upende amani, upende jirani yako katika shughuli zako zote unazofanya. Tukielekea katika uchaguzi mkuu, ukumbuke kwamba utasalia kwa Mkenya. Uchaguzi utakuja, utapita kama tulivyoambiwa na Bian, lakini tutasalia pamoja. More than 87 political parties, more than 47 tribes. But here today we want to declare that we are one tribe, that is Kenya. Mimi Mkenya, na ndio hashtag ambayo inatembea kwa sasa katika mitandao yetu, hashtag Mimi Mkenya. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are our neighbors. One of our neighbors from the northern part of Kenya, up there. Watu wakubwa kabisa ambao wanatambulika zaidi kama taifa ambalo limedumisha historia. People travel from all over the world to go learn on how to govern their countries in either one way or another. Help me with a round of applause as I welcome Meles Alem Tikea, Ambassador Extraordinary Ethiopia. Atakuja kutuambia mambo ya extraordinary. Karibu sana. Welcome, welcome very much.
Good morning. Amjambo. Amjambo tena. Your Excellency Nadia Ahmed, CAS, ICT, Innovation and Youth, Your Excellency Dr. Samuel Kobai, Chairman of Nation Media Group, all protocols observed. At the outset, I'm deeply honored as an Ethiopian ambassador to this great country to be invited in the launch of Mimi Mkenya initiative. Congratulations. I was ambushed by my good friend Simon from the Nation Media Group to say a couple of words about our great neighbor in the south. Kenyans say our great neighbor in the north. We Ethiopians say our great families in the south. It's really an amazing initiative by the Nation Media Group in its bid to play its responsibility as the fourth state to have shaped the upcoming elections in Kenya. You will agree with me, media has got pivotal role in the management or mismanagement of elections in many countries. Particularly in this era of internet, every individual writes content. So it is of a paramount importance for every citizen in Kenya to take the responsibility of crafting the trajectory of this country. When I was planning to come to this place, I had another appointment, but I was asked by my good friend from the mission, why are you that much interested to go to this initiative? This is mainly because Kenya is not only our neighbor, it's a family. We are one and the same people living in two places. You can choose your friend, you cannot choose your neighbor. Therefore, the stability, well-being of Kenyans is the stability of Ethiopia and Ethiopians. We are not only neighbors because from the time of Emperor Haile Selassie, His Majesty, and Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, to the current crop of leadership, President Uhuru Kenyatta and His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, we have the most cordial, undented, deep fraternal ties. The relationship is not something that we have made it. It is something that we have inherited from our forefathers. So we need to cherish. We need to cherish as good neighbors. Kenya and Kenyans have been on our side during all trying moments. The latest being the ongoing predicament. We know how Kenyans were worried. I have a daily encounters with people from the media, people from the business, people from the politics sphere. So I'm here today to show my solidarity with the Nation Group and Kenyans at large. We in Ethiopia, we look up to Kenya. You have that huge responsibility. In this troubled region, Kenya is an anchor of peace, an anchor of stability. It's an anchor of peace again, an anchor of stability. In the contemporary world, no problem is far. The problem in Europe affects Africa. The problem in Africa affects Europe or other continents. So this election, we want it to be peaceful, which can help Kenyans and the region at large to enjoy peace, love, and unity. We wish success to this initiative. Asante Mungu. God bless Kenya. God bless Ethiopia.
Makofi kwake zaidi jameni. Another round of applause for Meles Alem Tikea, Ambassador Extraordinary. Have you heard that?
Nimesikia Ambassador Extraordinaire.
Ethiopia.
Mnajihisi vizuri? Are we enjoying? Are we looking forward to the launch of our logo? Are we excited? Lofty, you look good.
Flag. You look good as well.
Thank you.
Which part of the country, Kenya, are you representing, Frida, by the way?
For me, it's a mixture. So I think I have the Samburu woman, the Maasai woman in me. I also have the modern woman, the Valentino woman. It's a mixture.
You're still representing 14th of February.
Yes.
Right.
It's the month of love,
Lakini
Lofty,
leo
all the
represent
way.
Mkenya.
Leo na represent Mkenya.
Aha. Naam, mtazamaji, ndo hivyo mambo jameni. Tunatarajia kwamba tunaelekea kileleni. Manake tumesema hapa Afrika nzima iko hapa, Umoja wa Mataifa uko hapa, dunia nzima iko hapa. Tumeona mabalozi, tukaona wawakilishi wa Umoja wa Mataifa, akina mama na kadhalika na kadhalika. Yote ni kusukuma na kuweka misingi kwamba we want a peaceful country.
Naam.
As we preparing towards elections on the 9th of August this year. Unajipanga namna gani Mkenya hapo ulipo? Leo hatukupi kazi nyingi, tunataka tu utembeze hashtag kwenye mtandao mimi Mkenya. Kwa hivyo ingia kwenye simu yako,
Naam.
weka pale hashtag. Najua kuna hashtag moja inatembea, sitaki kuitaja.
Gani hiyo?
Sitaki kuitaja.
Sisi tunataja mimi Mkenya.
Sisi leo mimi ni Mkenya ndo tunafanya.
Aya, na hapa katika mitandao yetu ya kijamii nashukuru sana Wakenya wamezidi kuchangamka.
Aha.
Na wanasema kwamba uzinduzi huu ni uzinduzi mkubwa kabisa.
Naam.
Na ni uzinduzi ambao walikuwa wanautarajia. Namuona hapa Steve S anasema jamani mimi ni Mkenya siku zote. Meshak Ogunda mimi ni Mkenya. Jare Agenda 4 mimi ni Mkenya. Beatrice Omboi anasema NTV kazi swafi kabisa. Mimi Mkenya.
Endelea kutuma ujumbe wako, manake kauli zako na maoni yako siku zote tunayakubali. Aha. Lakini kuna mtu mmoja ambaye nataka kumleta Frida, ajazungumze na Wakenya na zaidi pia yaweke commitment. Huyu mtu ndiye kitovu cha umoja, amani na uwiano wa taifa.
Naam.
Mbali na hilo
nasikia kwamba yeye ndio watchdog.
Aha.
Kwa hivyo kama hapa kuna watu ambao wanasinzia anawaangalia. Kama kuna watu ambao wanafanya kazi nzuri anawaangalia. Alafu sasa
hebu tufanye kitu, manake sasa hapa tunataka aangalie. Anataka ugeukie jirani yako, mpatie mchapo wa juu tena kwa ngumi, mwambie mimi ni Mkenya. Usipofanya hivyo unaingia kwa list of shame. Na ukifanya vizuri inaingia kwa list of fame. Lakini uzuri wale wote walio hapa ni watiifu, wataingia kwenye list of
fame.
Aha. Jamani mabibi na mabwana, nisaidieni. Put your hands together as we welcome Reverend Dr.
Samuel Kobia,
NCIC Chairman. Karibu sana Askofu.
Dr. Kiboro, the chair of NMG, the Nation Media Group. Nadia Ahmed, CAS, Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs. Your Excellencies, ambassadors and high commissioners, Bimal Kantaria, MD Elgon, Kenya, Ms. Anna Mutarati, the country representative of the UN Women, fellow Kenyans, good morning. Simulikula breakfast, good morning. Now I want to greet you in the way we do it in the NCIC. When I say amani, you say milele. When I say milele, you say amani. Amani, milele, amani, milele. Very good. I don't know what is happening. I think when you stand here, you feel people say, amani. You don't like the peace that we want to have in Kenya to be forever. Amani, milele, asanteni sana. First of all, I really wanted to start by welcoming the remarks of Chairman Keboro when he said that henceforth NMG will black out inter alia hate mongers. That is the best news I've heard this morning, Wana Keboro. Asante sana. One morning I had breakfast with the Kenya Editors Guild, and I made that call. And I said, why do you in the media give so much space and so much emphasis on the negative things that leaders and especially politicians are involved in? I said, can't you black them out? So today, I've heard this from none other than Dr. Keboro himself, and I wanted to assure you, sir, that you have the most enthusiastic partner in NCIC in what you have said, and we'll work together with you in this partnership in the run-up to the elections. Thank you very much. Secondly, let me congratulate the NMG for this great initiative. I'm really pleased that the largest media house here has undertaken this initiative. 45 years ago, I was fresh from college. I was employed by NCCK, the National Council of Churches of Kenya, as a secretary to the Department of Church and Society. At that time, the Deputy General Secretary was the late Ambassador Bethwell Kiplagat, who I'm sure is known to many of you here. And like General Apande, they worked very closely together, as far as I know. And with Ambassador Kiplagat, we started what was called the Kenya We Want. And for many years, this continued, and the Kenya We Want became one of those processes that I would say captured the imagination of Kenyans. This was, of course, at a time where we felt we really needed to build a nation with a legal framework that was safe and was safeguarding the Kenyans. It was also clear then that we needed a country that was developing in leaps and bounds. Now, the answer to a better Kenya was delivered, in my view, at least in 4 successive and monumental leaps. The first one was the repeal of Section 2A in our Constitution in 1991, which brought about multi-party democracy, which brought phase 1 of the Kenya We Want. Secondly, was the removal of the KANU government from power, and with it, the introduction of a free press and freedom of speech, and the end of detentions without a trial. Following this monumental shift, again, the third is in 2010, we had the new constitution, which has been referred to here by two previous speakers. And this cemented the gains so far, but introduced many great ideas such as devolution and the checks and balances on the power we granted to politicians. And the fourth one, I would say, I'm sure you will agree with me, that the development and the legal framework within which we exist today is slowly becoming and making the Kenya we want. Now, 3 years ago, I was invited to address a seminar at Hekima University College on the topic, the Kenya we want. It was in Swahili, Kenya ni itakayo. I obliged, but I felt that I needed to change the topic. Instead of the Kenya we want, I said I will speak on the Kenyan we want, arguing that the Kenya Constitution 2010 clearly has given us the Kenya we want. So I said 45 years later, after I was involved in initiating the Kenya we want, and after this constitution, really, the elephant in the room is the Kenyan we want. The issue remains that the Kenyan in Kenya has not changed much. I'll give you an example. If you look at how Kenyans drive on the superhighway, especially this Thika superhighway, or even across the superhighways in other places, you realize that the road has changed, but the Kenyan driver mentality has not changed. Slow drivers will dominate the right side of the road in spite of the reminder at every few kilometers that keep left unless overtaking. And really, when you drive there, you see a huge truck. You see a big bus, matatu. They dominate the right side of the road. And you wonder now, those who are used to this, and the signs are very clear. So Kenya has changed, has become very much the Kenya we want, but the Kenyan we want is yet to materialize. We have good laws, good roads, a good country, but we have, by and large, citizens who don't care, who don't know, and don't care to know. Don't we find it ironic that after the lives lost in Sachakawa, that we'll still have Kenyans who will go and siphon petrol from petrol tankers caught in an accident? And we have seen how many Kenyans we have lost because Kenyans rush to siphon petrol. Now, therefore, the more challenging question today, to me, is the character of the Kenyan we want. What are the values and the virtues the Kenyan we want would imbibe? Do we have the Article 10 Kenyans, or are we all seemingly stuck in goon mode, in hooliganism, perpetual anger, and dislike of self and the state? And I just wanted to emphasize this a little bit more and say that the Article 10 on values and ethos and the Chapter 6 of the Constitution on leadership and integrity are yet to be internalized by Kenyans. And that is why this initiative is so critical, because it is talking of the Kenyan we want. The values and work ethic that we should have has yet to be embraced by majority of Kenyans. Patriotism is a thing we don't even think of finding in a Kenyan. Very often we talk of Ethiopia, we talk of Tanzania as those neighboring countries who have persons who are patriots. It is this Kenyan that then elects another Kenyan whose virtues match their own to office. It is a sad state of affairs since we end up with leaders that reflect our society. Ask yourself, if a normal Kenyan will steal from an accident victim, how do we expect that Kenyan, when elected, not to steal from the state? We therefore no longer need laws, for we have plenty of them. We don't need to change our development plans, for indeed our trajectory is correct. The thing Kenya needs to adjust is her people and their ethos and their values. It is because of this that NCIC has come up with the war of shame and the war of fame that they have referred to. The wall of shame is where we are listing Kenyans who are involved in hate mongering, and there have been quite a number of them. This is actually quite a long list. But more importantly, we have the list of fame. This is to encourage good leadership and good citizenship. So far, we have given this merit to leaders who have spearheaded peace and shunned hate speech, have shunned clanism and tribalism. There are two politicians we have on our list of fame that I wanted to refer to. One is Honorable Abdul Karim Osman, the MP of Fafi constituency in Garissa. Honorable Osman was addressing his followers, and they reached a time when they started encouraging him to condemn his opponent. Honorable Abdul Karim said to them, "My opponent is not my enemy. I'm not going to condemn him, even if it means you will not vote for me in 2022. I am not going to condemn him." That is the Kenyan leader we want. The second one on the list of fame is Honorable Kadhambi, the MP for Joro. Honorable Kadhambi is from Meru. She is a MP of Joro in Nakuru County. And she also has demonstrated this patriotic character of not encouraging ethnicism or discrimination on the basis of ethnicity. So Honorable Kadhambi is also on our list of fame. There is a third one that I'm still looking for, and I think the nation will help me to get this one. I think it's about 2020. I was driving to Meru, and when I reached Embu, you know, for whatever reason, I read about this waitress in a small restaurant in Embu who found that a lady who had been taking breakfast there had forgotten her handbag. She went, took the handbag, and wanted to know, and opened it, and indeed she found the telephone number of the lady. But then in the bag was 300,000 shillings. She closed the bag, called this lady, and the following day, the lady came back. She just could not believe it. Is there still a Kenyan of this kind of integrity? This waitress deserves to be on the list of fame. And that story was carried by the nation. If you can find it, we will put her on the list of fame. I don't have to ask you to help me to get those to put on the list of shame. We have many of them, and they continue to increase. But the kind of leaders we need, the kind of Kenyan we want are these that I have mentioned. Leaders who refuse to take advantage of hate and division, and instead decide to lead from the front instead of doing the easy thing and letting the tail wag the dog. Leadership in this nation must begin to be on values, and that is what will give our people hope, and especially the young people, and will salvage the nation from the chains of corruption, ethnic animosity and violence, and from poverty. An honest and moral nation is easier to trade, is easier to do business in, is easier to invest, and actually is easier to run and to govern. Success is guaranteed if the Kenyan and the can develop ethics just the same way as the country is developing. In actual fact, if we had the Kenyans we want, we would not be worried about the elections in August because the Kenyans at IEBC would count well. If we had the kind of Kenyans we want, we will be able to address the trust deficit in this country because that is part of the problem that we have in Kenya. Mutual distrust. People do not trust the state don't trust the people, one community does not trust the other, and it is because of the mistrust of institutions especially that people will dispute the results announced by IEBC. Because if we trusted it fully, then we wouldn't contest the results. It is because of this, my dear friends, that NCIC has come up with this booklet that I will give a number of copies with you on. This one on a violence-free 2022 Elections Bila Norma Roadmap. In this Elections Bila Norma, we would want, therefore, to join hands with the Nation Media Group in two areas. One, we are preparing a documentary on hate speech. And we would like this documentary to be shown to Kenyans, and I would want to believe that this initiative can help us with that. The second one, we are preparing a national symposium on hate speech jointly with the UN. And because the UN also, and in fact the UN would be launching the global program on hate speech here in Nairobi in March, I believe in mid-March. So we would like to invite you to join hands with us, just as we'll join hands with you in shunning those that continue with hate mongering. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, let me say that the essence of what I'm saying is just like a good meal is prepared based on physical ingredients and an intangible ingredient called love, so then should Kenya be. How can we prepare this meal with those physical ingredients, but with the intangible ingredients of love, as it was said here a while ago, that then we can prepare it with love. We have all the legal and the developmental framework to succeed. All we need now is to have a citizen who is ethical and who is patriotic. With that, Kenya would not only be peaceful, but will enjoy a better quality of life when it is developed. I go as far as to say, if we developed tolerance, if we developed patience, if we developed mutual trust and mutual respect, then the elections 2022 will be peaceful to the joy and the satisfaction of all Kenyans. Let's all join hands and join the media group in this process, because I believe this will lead us to the elections we want in August 2022. Thank you very much for listening to me. I think I will not be forgiven if I don't commit myself to something. That's what I was asked to do. And I want to say that I do commit myself to do all that it will take the NCIC to have a peaceful electoral process before, during, and after August 9th this year. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Asante sana, tumpigie makofi. Naam.
Amani. Hey, milele.
Amani.
Amani.
Milele.
Milele.
Amani.
Asanteni sana.
Makofi kwake. Si tuliwaambia jamani, we have a watchdog in the house, eh? Lofty.
Daktari, Reverend Samuel
Shikilia
Kobe.
tu
Jamani
kidogo.
tumpige makofi anapokwenda
Naam.
kukaa.
Sasa daktari ametoa list yake.
Aha.
I also have my list.
List of fame or
Fame
shame?
and shame.
Aha.
People in the house. We
Let's
need to
go.
ashame some of these people. So, nianze na gani? List of fame.
Anza na fame.
Nianze na fame. Nisiharibu mambo.
Mimi nitamaliza na shame.
Haya.
Siogopi.
Haya. Tuko tayari?
Mimi Mkenya. Si unajua Wakenya hawaogopi.
Hampangwingwi.
Ah.
Haya.
Ehe.
List of fame. Makofi ya mwende bwana Clifford Machoka.
Aha.
Pale ndani ya Twitter
Ametweet.
amesema jamani, NMG's commitment is to drive patriotism, issue-based elections and responsibility among all Kenyans, but it starts with me as Bwana Machoka.
Aha.
Vile vile kuna
Hebu inua
mdada
mkono hapo alipo jamani, tumpigie makofi. Asante sana. Tumemwambia mtweet, angalieni zawadi zinaanza kutoka. Kuna zawadi wewe?
Alafu mimi niko na zawadi.
Endelea
Siku zote
kusoma.
mimi niko na zawadi. Kuna
Aya.
mwanadada fulani pale mrembo zaidi, anajulikana kama Hindu Hussein, anasema Kenya is full of colors.
Ako
Today
wapi?
I identify
Jamani
myself.
mkono juu, tumpigie makofi. List of fame, yo.
Anasema she's identifying herself using the black color of the flag just to let Kenyans know that thick melanin is nature.
Yaani Wakenya, makofi kwake. Wakenya milioni 30 wamemtazama akitajwa jina, maana NTV ndio inaongoza kote nchini. Twende kazi.
Haya, nikienda kwa mwisho tu kwa sasa. Bwana Habakuk Odang, ako wapi jamani? Amepiga selfie na Eric Wainaina. Ndio huyo, tumpigie makofi.
Makofi.
Hey, akasema I am so happy for being part of this great
Naweza
initiative.
chungulia hiyo selfie, maana pia wewe unaweza kuwa unaweka mambo.
Mimi sije kama siuni Eric Wainaina.
Kweli ni
Amebeba samosa
hivi
hapa.
vinywele kweli vya Eric Wainaina. Nishakubali.
Sasa twende kwa list of shame.
Ehe.
Hebu angalia jirani yako, muulize kama ni wewe.
Wameanza
List of
kuingiwa na
shame.
wasiwasi.
List of shame.
Ehe.
Kama unajua hujapiga picha, hujaingia ndani ya
Hujatweet.
Twitter, hujaandika lolote. Shame on you.
Na huna haya.
Sina
Maana
haya.
ndo sababu tuko hapa. Why are we here, Frida?
Tuko hapa ili kuambia Wakenya jamani, tunatembea na tunasema kwamba sisi ni Wakenya, yani mimi Mkenya.
Ndio maana Nation Media Group imeungana na wahisani mbalimbali ikiwemo KCB,
Ikiwemo Elgon Kenya,
ikiwemo
Tag.
na wengine wengi ambao tutawataja, tumewataja, tutazidi kuwataja kwa ajili ya Mimi Mkenya initiative. Ina launchiwa leo, mtakwenda kuona mambo mazito. Lakini ukisikia Kenya, ni kitu gani kinagonga kwenye kichwa chako?
Nikisikia Kenya pia kidogo wanariadha.
Mrenda, Mursik.
Wote.
Kuna ngoma ilikuwa imewekwa pale ya Kikisii. Yaani diversified culture.
Kabisa.
Matabaka
mbalimbali.
Tamaduni mbalimbali.
Kabisa.
Ndio maana huyu jamaa ambaye tutaka aje kwenu ndiye Mwafrika mwenye mbio zaidi. Africa's fastest man with a record of 9.77. Hiyo ni ya mwaka gani?
Mwaka jana 2021 kama sijakosea.
Hapa Nairobi.
Hapa Nairobi, na aligonga vichwa vya habari Lofty. Hebu ukiambiwa mwenyewe ukimbie kutoka hapa mpaka pale, sijui kuchukua masaa mangapi.
Hebu kaa kidogo, maana jamaa kwa mbio yani ameshatoka tayari mbio.
Yani tuamchelewesha jamani.
Ametuharibia. He's the 8th fastest human being of all time, jamani. Baada ya Usain Bolt wa wapi? Jamaica. Tyson Gay wa wapi? Marekani. Johan Blake wa wapi? Jamaica. Asaf Apoel wa wapi? Jamaica. Justin Gatlin wa wapi? USA. Yani nataja tu yale majina ambayo yeye yuko hiyo ligi. Yaitwa ligi gani?
Ligi kubwa my friend.
Ligi soya. Mimi ni
mimi ni Mkenya.
Jamani niendelea ama niachie hapo?
DJ, wacha kidogo DJ
ashamwaga mtama mbele ya kuku wengi.
Mtama, yani ameona sisi twamchelewesha, lakini usijali, utabidi tusamee. Kule kunakotoka huwa hatuna haraka sisi. Haya DJ, mweke ngoma ya haraka. Akimbie tumuone akiingia.
Tumukaribishe. Haya. Omanyala, makofi kwake jamani. Haya.
Kimbia basi.
Put your hands together for one Ferdinand Omanyala.
Thank you so much. I mean, nilikuwa nisha sprint. I was already here. But thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much for making me part of this initiative. It's a great initiative, actually. And previously, I've been competing. I've been running around the world. And anytime I've been competing and winning and breaking records, every Kenyan has been congratulating me. Not like it's a specific tribe that's congratulating me. So I like to ask Kenyans to come together the way they have been doing before, congratulating me, to take this and put it in this election period, because we need the peace. And I speak directly to the youth because I'm part of the youth. And we are the ones being used by politicians, to, spread and throw stones. Let's remember that there's life after elections. Elections come and go, but remember that your neighbors, your friends, your family will always there to stay. So you'll elect people, you'll elect leaders, but then after that they'll go to their office, and then you'll remain there waiting for the promises they made, but maybe they'll never come. So let's be peaceful as we go to the elections. And we've come up with this organization called Sprint Kenya. Sprint Kenya is an organization that will involve taking up sprinters, taking up the youth, and giving them a hope, and showing that there's life even in sports, that you can earn a living and make something out of your life in sports. So we are coming with this organization, and for that reason, we're organizing a peace run on 2nd of April, and we hope that we do it in Kibera because that's our target, our first place we want to do. It's Sprint for Peace, and it's something that we are still looking for sponsors and supporters. So anybody who's willing to jump on this boat, please get in touch so that we can sprint for peace as we gear towards the election period. And apart from that, also something a bit different, the Finland ambassadors here. And funny thing is that we got an invite to take under 17 kids to sprint in Finland. It's a 3-day event. And I think this is an opportunity to give the children a hope, to give the youth a hope that we can do something apart from the things that we are doing. And so the event is in June. Again, we're asking those people who want to partner with us to come and let's support the children. It's an under 17 event, purely sprints and field events. So it's an opportunity to grow this country as far as sprints is concerned. Thank you so much. Another thing, let's vaccinate, because that's the only way we can keep ourselves safe for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for the community. Thank you so much. I wish you a very successful period. And remember, mimi ni Mkenya. And I want to commit myself to always break the records. so that I can make Kenyans together. Thank you.
Wow, give it up for the Kenya Sports Personality of the Year 2021 and the Kenya Record Holder.
100 meters, 9.77. Kenya record holder, 60 meters, 6.57. A true hero. Yeye ni Mkenya.
Naam. Bila shaka basi watazamaji wangu bado tunaendelea na mchakato mzima wa kuzindua kampeni ya Mimi Mkenya. Lakini tuko na mgeni mashuhuri pia yuko hapa ndani na huyu ni mwanamke. Mimi wajua siku zote tunajivunia pale kuna wanawake najivunia. Sijasema hivyo hata sijasema lolote.
Wasema nini?
Mimi nasema tu kama mwanamke najivunia na pia wanawake na washabikia.
Sianze vile vita vyako vya hewani. Maana mashabiki wako hapa live. Watajua huwa mwajifanya mwapigana kweli.
Haya, wacha nisimwage mtama kwenye kuku wengi.
Hao ni watu lakini kumbuka.
Si kuku. Kunradhi. Samahani. Ashakum.
Si
matusi. Naam, so in the house we have Madam Judy Oduma, CEO County Assemblies Forum. Tumpige makofi kwa kuungana nasi.
Jamani, nyoshe mkono tu popote alipo tumuone. Tumshabikie, tumkongoe, tumpigie makofi. Ako wapi?
Ama ametoka kidogo.
Labda anapata kiamshakinywa.
Si
neno.
Naam.
Jamani, tumetoka mbali kama wa Kenya. Miaka 56, 57 ya kujitawala, lakini zaidi ni katika demokrasia ambayo inakuwa kila siku. Demokrasia hii huwa inapimwa kila baada ya miaka mingapi? Mitano. Je, tumekoma? Bado twaregarega? Twatembea dede, tumesimama koko, ama twakimbia mbio kama Omanyala? Na hii demokrasia itapimwa tena kwenye miezi 4 ijayo.
Miezi tu, mwezi Agosti tarehe 9.
Kwa hivyo turuhusuni jameni, mimi Lofty Matambo na pacha wangu Frida Mwaka tuwaletee video fupi, a short clip on where we've come from as Kenyans as far as elections. Hawa ni akina nani wale?
Hawa ni mabingwa wa Kenya. Unaonaje jamani?
Frida, mashallah. Jipigieni makofi jamani hapo mlipo. Pia nyinyi ni wa Kenya.
Bila shaka imekuwa ndio safari yetu na siku zote tutajivunia. Lofty, ukienda Mombasa unakutana na bahari. Ukija hata Kisumu unapata samaki.
Ndani ya ziwa
Victoria, ziwa Naivasha. Yani kuna mambo mengi ambayo Kenya tunaweza kujivunia nayo. Tusiharibu Kenya, tujenge Kenya.
Tuijenge milele.
Haya basi.
Tuelekea kileleni.
Tunaelekea kileleni.
The tail end of our event. The tail end of the launch of Mimi Mkenya initiative. Lakini kabla kumalizia kilele nini?
Hapa kumetolewa mpaka instructions. Anasema mimi ni mwanarika na lazima nijihisi kama mwanarika. DJ uko tayari? Yaani mgeni wetu mashuhuri, mgeni wetu mheshimiwa amesema hawezi tembea tu, lazima aingie kwa madaha na aingie kwa nyimbo. Nyimbo ambayo itamfanya mpaka wewe mwenyewe ugundue kwamba yeye ni Mkenya halisi.
Lakini kabla ya wimbo, katika umri wa miaka 29 jameni, aliteuliwa kuwa katibu mwandamizi katika Wizara ya Habari, Mawasiliano, Teknolojia
na Vijana.
Ubunifu na Vijana.
Naam.
Na akatajwa kuwa katibu mtendaji mchanga zaidi kuwahi kutokea nchini Kenya.
Naam.
Ana misukumo mingi.
Ana misukumo
kampeni
mingi
nyingi.
Tena sana. Labda tumgusie moja tu. Huyu ni muasisi wa mpango wa ndoto halisi. Yaani anasaidia watu kuota na kutimiza ndoto zao, vijana. She makes your dream come true.
Ndoto hii na zingine nyingi zimepigwa jeki, kutiwa muhuri na kukubalika na nani? Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Kusema kwamba zinaendana, kuoana na kuiana na ajenda zake kuu 4. Jameni, what a pleasure. What a great honor to have this great lady. Tusimame jameni.
Hatuwezi kaa.
Na ule wimbo uko wapi jameni?
Viungo.
DJ, tukufute kazi ama tuendelee kukuacha hapo?
Hai. Wacha tuone moves za watu. Makofi jamani. Tumpatie makofi.
Kamchukue mwenzako Frida, kamchukue mwenzako.
Tupigeni makofi.
Wapi makofi jameni ya waziri wetu, katibu wetu.
Hebu jaribu kidogo Lofty. Twende. Tumeweza, tujaweza?
Twende mbele.
Haya, kando. Wewe.
Jameni. Tumpigie makofi jameni.
Makofi kwake katibu mwandamizi Nadia Ahmed.
Mimi mfupi hivyo. Good morning, everyone. I think we've had breakfast. Sio? I mean, I came with so much energy. Sahi nawaambia good morning. You're just like, morning. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. And before I'm not good with speeches, but before I go into my speech, I think I want to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta for appointing me as the youngest Chief Administrative Secretary in his cabinet. Not only am I the youngest, I am also a woman. Not only am I a woman, I'm also a youth. Not only am I a youth, I come from a marginalized community. So if that doesn't say mimi ni Mkenya and His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta believes in Kenyans, I don't know what is. So let's give him a round of applause, please. Because it is important for all of us to understand. I just realized I need to go to the gym. I just danced a bit and pumzi ziko juu. But we blame Corona, The reason why I mentioned these things, it's because what you see, this is Kenya. Kenya is so many faces. Kenya is so many people, so many sizes. And as you can see, if you're smart enough, you'll know I'm wearing the flag. My dress is actually the flag of the country, including the black that is here. And so, being so young, being appointed at the age of 29, and being given such a big docket like ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, and not even having a political background, and still being able to sit in that office, now it's my 3rd year, I think this shows that Kenya is safe. It shows that the coming years are safe. And so we should never allow a gap of 6 months to destroy what this beautiful country has for us. And so I'm very privileged and very honored, and I'm thankful to Nation Media Group for actually inviting me and to be a chief guest. Because you'll remember my face. My face is, you cannot forget my face. Not because I'm pretty, because I'm very beautiful. I'm very beautiful. But because I walk with integrity. I walk with pride of being a Kenyan. And I walk with a responsibility that I know if I don't advocate and if I don't talk to young people and young women who are the most vulnerable when it comes to elections and campaigns, then I wouldn't have done my country justice. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is my opening speech as I now indulge and engage. As I say it again, I'm very honored to be here. I believe the efforts of Nation Media Group are really important. And I do hope I will not only be your chief guest, but throughout these 6 months that you're doing different campaigns, I will be part of those vans. And I will go to every county and every place that you're going to. And we will work. And I will take my ambassadors, because I have a campaign called Kenya ni Mimi. I have 50 ambassadors from across the country, 47 from different counties, and 3 persons living with disabilities who work voluntarily to tell us what is going on in the different campaigns. So as you can see, I mean business, and Kenya really is my responsibility. Peace and national unity is a key prerequisite. This word usually changanyas my mouth. Prerequisite for the for the realization of the Kenya that we all desire and the national values and principles of governance epitomizing the vision Kenyans have for their nation. The 43 words are the promise we have made to ourselves and the generations to come. National values help us appreciate who we are as a country and embrace each other regardless of tribe, regardless of color, and regardless of region. As we reflect on these values, let us ask ourselves as citizens, leaders in the public and private sector as well, how much are we paying heed to these values and principles in our personal conduct? Kenya continues to do extraordinary things that show that the flame of our national spirit burns brighter every day. We all know of citizens, both men and women, in various disciplines who keep the flag of Kenya flying high, bringing glory to our nation. Our entrepreneurs and business leaders in the private sectors are driving forward our economy, which I'm proud to say remains one of the largest and most vibrant on the continent. These Kenyans remind us what we could achieve. If we remain true to our national values, let us acknowledge all those who serve in whatever capacity, who uphold our values and our way of life, who defer to what is right, who show our diversity is an asset, and all those who have paid the ultimate price to secure our freedoms and our way of life. A united Kenya has tremendous potential for growth and development. Indeed, Kenya is not a collection of tribes who have to live, is a collection of tribes who have to live together. Kenya is one, assembled by divine providence and held together for the last 50 years by our common bond and belief in a brighter future for us and our children. Without unity, we shall neither progress nor stand. Our shared aim is to end ethnic tension and rivalry, to unite all our citizens. Honestly, I dream of a Kenya where we will not only be proud of our diverse heritage and cultures, but we'll also be proud and unite around our common aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to note that this initiative, Mimi Mkenya, resonates with the pillar of values and national cohesion under the Kenya ni Mimi campaign, which is spearheaded by our ministry. The good news about the Kenya Ni Mimi campaign, it was launched just 11 months after His Excellency the President appointed me as the youngest Chief Administrative Secretary. So you can see, Kenya Ni Mimi means the responsibility of this country lies with each and every one of you. Now, Mimi Ni Mkenya helps you identify that you have no other option, that you did not choose to be born as a Kenyan, but you are Kenya, and Kenya is your responsibilities. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we are aware, Kenya will conduct its general elections in August this year. Elections are nothing new to Kenya. We are one of a few African countries that have regular elections since independence without fail. We are an icon of democracy, a bastion of freedom, a haven of safety where freedom of expression flourishes, but we must be mindful that democracy is a fragile state and we need to utterly protect it. As we approach the polls, I want to remind each Kenyan to exercise tolerance, resilience, uphold peace, and remain united before, during, and after elections. Those seeking political office, we must really stay away from bad utterance. We must stay away from things that will divide Kenya along ethnicity, religion, or any other thing that divides us. The right to choose our leaders is precious, and our Constitution enshrines those rights. We must unite and peacefully elect credible, competent, and honest. I say this again. Credible, competent, and honest leaders. On that note, my ministry is pleased to note the robust participation of the youth in these elections, both as a voter and an aspirant. The high turnout of the Kenyan youth who have declared interest for elective seats in the coming elections prove young people in Kenya's desire to lead in decision-making rooms and contribute to the future development and prosperity of our country. I again commend His Excellency the President Uhuru Kenyatta for appointing young chief administrative secretaries who are able to show leadership in young people and are able to show Kenyans that young people really and truly can lead. Ladies and gentlemen, we salute the men and women who made huge sacrifices so that we could enjoy freedom and liberty today. Let us not dishonor the achievements of those who won our freedoms by breaking the unity they established. We must continue marching forward to build a prosperous and strong Kenya. A Kenya that is safe, that is stable, that is secure. A Kenya whose people are united, their ambitions are met, their businesses flourish, and their economy thrives. I call on every Kenyan to enlighten one another that even as we get closer to the elections, Kenya remains one indivisible nation. As the Kenya Ni Mimi mantra states, Kenya ni mimi, Kenya ni wewe. Na musisahau, Kenya ni sisi sote. So it's our collective and shared responsibilities as citizens to remember that mimi ni Mkenya. We have to embrace the ideas of patriotism, of selflessness as we look towards the future. Let us all believe in ourselves, and let's all have faith that we can make Kenya a peaceful and prosperous nation. And before I end my speech, today I want to speak directly to young people and women in this country. Every time when we go into elections, there are two demographics that fall victim: the young women or the women and the youth. And the reason why this happens is because it's very easy to divide and rule the youth. It is very easy to take up women because we are the best mobilizers. But we always forget that after these few months, as we get into elections, that we still have homes that we need to look at. We always forget that we still have families we need to feed. We always forget that the youth, who are all of us, including myself, we still have a country that we need to go and live and thrive, build our careers, and build the economy. So So the next time when you're called for a rally call or when you're called to mobilize, remind yourself and ask yourself, am I doing this to build my nation? Or am I doing this so that I can break someone else, then later I don't have a home and a place to sleep? We need to be peace ambassadors. As chairman has said, all the chairmans and all the other dignitaries have said, Kenya will still remain here. And being in the ministry that really is in charge of young people and being a woman myself, it will be so heartbreaking to see that youth have still not understood that the power lies within ourselves. If today we decide and say, no, we are not going to take a very aggressive path, we want to take a peaceful path, Kenya come August 9th will be very peaceful. So let us be peace ambassadors. Let us unite. Let us not identify ourselves by where we come from, but let us identify ourselves by the blood that flows within ourselves, which obviously is red. And let us remember, as a woman, you grow and you entice and you bring about change. And as a young person, you have the right, and I repeat again, it is your right to make a democratic choice. So as Nation Media launches Mimi Mkenya, I want this to echo to every young person in Kenya to remember that wewe ni Mkenya, lakini kuwa Mkenya halisi lazima uchukue jukumu, uwe mtu wa tahdhima, be someone who is disciplined, and always remember to not allow your leaders to fight with one another. Because 75.1% of Kenya are below the age of 35. We are a youthful nation, so the youth are the ones who can bring change. Kenya ni mimi, Kenya ni wewe, Kenya ni sisi sote, na mimi ni Mkenya halisi. Asante.
Jameni. Jameni, tumpigie makofi katibu mwandamizi CAS ICT Innovation and Youth Affairs Nadia Ahmed. Kumbukeni pia ndiye muasisi wa Kenya ni mimi. Kwa hivyo leo Kenya ni mimi imeshikana na mimi
Mkenya.
Kenya ni mimi imeshikana na
Mimi Mkenya.
Yaenda mbali hii. Hii naiona mbali mimi hii.
Mimi nakwambia ishafika mbali sana. Tena ni internationally kabisa.
Manake
Inafika katika mataifa ya nchi.
CAS ametoa ujumbe moja madhubuti kabisa kwamba mimi sikuja hapa tu kuonekana, nimeingiza miguu yote miwili ndani.
Kabisa.
I will be part of this initiative.
Yes.
I will work with Nation Media Group to all parts of this beautiful country.
Absolutely.
Wapi? Turukana.
Tutaenda kote, Mombasa tutafika.
Tana River.
Tutafika hata Lamu.
Samburu.
Tutafika hata Voi.
Marsabit.
Tutaenda hadi Taita Taveta.
Garissa.
Sijataja kwenu.
Kajiado. Kote tutakwenda naye Madam CAS. Asante sana kwa ujumbe mzuri na madhubuti. Huyo ndo amekuwa special guest wetu. Kwa hivyo sasa tunaingia katika pahali pa kumalizia.
Kabisa.
Na kumalizia huko.
Unajua leo kuna mambo mengi ambayo tumefanya.
Naam.
Wanasema ng'ombe ukimfanya nini? Tumemla ng'ombe.
Umesalia mkia.
Umesalia mkia. Na hautatushinda.
Ukimla ng'ombe wote usibakishe mkia.
Naam.
Kwa hivyo atakuwa anatuongoza our CEO, afisa mkuu mtendaji Bwana Steven Gitagama. Kuleta wageni wote waalikwa mashuhuri, all invited guests, all our partners, all our well-wishers, even as we launch this initiative, kuja hapa mbele kulaunch rasmi
our logo.
Our logo. Si logo si hawa, hii si logo. Logo itakuja katika muda usio kwa mrefu. Lakini kabla aje, what do we have, Frida, for now?
We have the dancers, guys. Are we ready for the dancers? Niliwaahidi kwamba leo tutadance. Unajua tumeketi sana, tunajihisi ni kama tumechoka, lakini msitie shaka. Hapa leo tutastretch kidogo, kutakuwa na dancers. Lakini kabla ya dancers, kuna watu ambao pia vile vile kuna kitu chengine ambacho kiwaleta hapa. Walikuwa wanataka kusikia, unajua kuna national anthem.
Na kwenye orodha, kwenye ratiba wamesikia kuna bwana anaitwa Eric Wainaina.
Wainaina.
Yuaja.
yuaja
Ehe.
na bado yupo.
Bado yupo.
Na kuna wimbo ambao alitoa umegusa wa Kenya sana. Nikugusishie?
Ni wimbo upi huo? Mimi si ni ile national anthem wameimba hapa.
Hebu tuone kama wanajua. Let's try this. Naishi natumaini, najitolea daima Kenya, hakika ya bendera ni udhabiti wangu, nyeusi ya mwanadamu na nyekundu ni ya damu, kijani ni ya ardhi, nyeupe ya amani. Sote daima mimi Mkenya, mwananchi mzalendo.
Ushaharibu,
jamani,
ukantia pahali ambapo sijafanya mazoezi. Kwa hivyo kama huo wimbo ndio umekuleta hapa, usijali, we'll sort you baada ya hii dance. Kwa hivyo huo ndio wimbo ambao utakuwa unatutamatishia hafla yetu siku ya leo. Ila kwa sasa, ladies and gentlemen,
give it up for the Art Zone Dancers.
Wamevaa ile nyeupe ile ya kwenye bendera. The Art Zone Dancers. Makofi zaidi ya Art Zone Dancers. Wampiga alama zao pale na ishara zao. Nafikiri tupige msasa na hiyo dance kwa kumwalika kaka mzalendo, sauti ya ninga, sauti nyororo, Eric Wainaina. Makofi kwake jamani anapokuja. Tumuonyeshe upendo anapokuja jukwani kwa kumpigia makofi.
Kwambia sauti yake imetoa wengi mpangoni.
Kaingizwa wapi? Pangoni.
Thank you everyone for being with us this morning. It's such a wonderful initiative. Thank you, NMG, for thinking about this. Dr. Kiboro, we've been together for many, many years, worked together on many occasions, and it's such a wonderful honor to be participating with you once again on this. I think that this song that I'm about to do, we released at a launch that was sponsored by NMG in the year 2001. So yes, we've been together for decades and decades. So once again, I'm joined by the wonderful Vinny Ngoge and the excellent Benjamin Kabaseke. If you know this song, please feel free to sing along. Umoja ni fahari yetu, undugu ndio nguvu, chuki na ukabila hatutaki hata kamwe. Lazima tuungane, tuijenge nchi yetu, pasiwe hata moja anayetenganisha. Naishi natumaini, najitolea daima Kenya, hakika ya bendera ni uthabiti wangu, nyeusi ya wananchi na nyekundu ni ya damu, kijani ni ya ardhi, nyeupe ya amani. Daima mimi ni Mkenya, mwananchi mzalendo. Kwa uchungu na mateso,
kwa vilio na huzuni tulinyakuliwa uhuru, na mashujaa wa zamani hawakustushwa na risasi au kufungwa gerezani. Nia yao ukombozi, kuvunja pingu za ukoloni. Naishi na tumaini, najitolea daima Kenya. Hakika ya bendera ni uthabiti wangu, nyeusi ya wananchi na nyekundu ni ya damu, kijani ni ya ardhi, nyeupe ya amani. Daima mimi ni Mkenya, mwananchi mzalendo. Wajibu wetu ni kuishi kwa upendo, kutoka ziwa mpaka pwani, kaskazini na kusini. Toeni pesa. Naishi na tumaini, najitolea daima Kenya. Hakika ya bendera ni uthabiti wangu, nyeusi ya wananchi na nyekundu ni ya damu, kijani ni ya ardhi, nyeupe ya amani. Daima mimi Mkenya, mwananchi mzalendo. Mwananchi mzalendo.
Wow.
Usiende Eric, lazima tufanye. Today I must be famous bana.
You already are.
Picha iko wapi jamani? Mpiga picha iko wapi? Mtu ataka kuwa famous.
The chorus.
Chorus ya mwisho. 1, 2. Naishi na tumaini, najitolea daima Kenya. Hakika ya bendera.
Tusimameni sote jamani. Kimaliza.
Nyeusi ya wananchi na nyekundu ni ya damu, kijani ni ya ardhi, nyeupe ya amani. Daima mimi Mkenya, mwananchi mzalendo. Mwananchi mzalendo.
Haleluya. Oh, hatuko kanisani. Jamani.
Imekuingia, imekugusa mahali
Kwenye mishipa. Laiti tunavyotafuta amani ingekuwa inatuingia kwenye mishipa namna hiyo.
Naam.
Aha. Lakini tuko katika hiyo safari
kabisa
ya kutafuta amani
na tutaweza.
Endo ushikamano.
Tutaweza
Now,
kabisa.
ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching the tail end of our event. The launch, official launch of Mimi Mkenya
logo.
Exactly. There's a logo. There will be the flag. What else?
Endelea, wewe ni mwanafunzi mzuri.
Kutakuwa pia na magari jameni. Kwa hivyo naomba jameni, bila kupoteza muda, tumkaribishe afisa mkuu mtendaji Stephen Gitagama wa Nation Media Group aje mbele pamoja na wale wageni wote walikuwa wamfuate nyuma. Tafadhali, all the invited guests and partners on stage. Tuje tushuhudie the launch ikiendelea. Kujeni tafadhali, just come. just come on stage. The stage is yours for now. Otherwise, it's ours, me and Frida. But for now, the stage is yours.
Wanapendeza jamani, tuwapigie makofi. Wamefanya kazi kubwa sana leo. Lakini kazi kubwa inaonekana sasa hivi Lofty. Tukizindua Mimi Mkenya. Kampeni kubwa kabisa ambayo itang'oa nanga kutoka leo
hadi miezi 6 ijayo.
Miezi 6 na bado tutaendelea. Na nikuwajulisha tu watazamaji wetu wataendelea kutazama runinga ya NTV kwani itakuwa tumeandalia mengi zaidi kuhusiana na kampeni hii ya Mimi Mkenya
katika kaunti zote. Haya, Frida, kuna kiwambo pale, kwa hivyo nataka nikualike hapa chini na nafikiri tunaomba wageuke. Mgeuke muangalie screens. So let us all turn so that we can watch the big screens behind you. Yes, yes. Just turn. So tutahesabu jamani kutoka 1. We'll be counting from 10
mpaka
to 1. At the count of 1, let us clap. Let us shout. Let us celebrate. Yes. Let us make noise for the launch of Mimi Mkenya. Haya jameni. Tuanze Frida.
Tuanze.
1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6 jamani. Umesahau? 7.
Naam jameni, naomba turudie. Tunaanza 10 tukishuka.
Hai.
10. Twende kazi.
9,
8,
7,
6,
5.
jameni, nambari 4.
Nambari ni 3.
Namba 2.
Sijisikii kwenda kwa 1 kwanza. Tuko tayari wa Kenya?
Wacha niweke simu yangu chini.
Turudi tena kwa 3.
Haya. Wageni wanachoka pale mbele, unajua ni waheshimiwa wale. Haya. At the count of 3,
2, 1.
Make a joyful noise, a peaceful noise. Makofi tena jameni kwa kuzinduliwa kwa nembo, the logo for Mimi Mkenya. Safi kabisa. Nafikiria tu mwenye mikrofoni. There's more to come. There's more to come. Ndo mwanzo tu. We are just beginning.
Wapi shangwe, wapi nduru jamani, tupige makofi.
Vigelegele.
Kenya tuko tayari.
Moto wa amani.
Kaunti 47.
Tutatembea kote.
Kueleza amani kwamba sisi ni wa Kenya. Lakini naanza na wewe mwenye binafsi kwamba Mimi Mkenya. Tuendelee kupiga makofi jamani.
Tuendelee na makofi. Asanteni sana jamani, bado iko mwelekezi wangu anasema bado iko. Hawa wanawakilisha tu kati ya wale wahisani wetu, wageni waalikwa ambao wamefika mahali hapa uweza kuwakilisha mashirika yao. This is the official launch of Mimi Mkenya. A Nation Media Group is taking the lead in making sure that we have a peaceful campaign and elections.
Absolutely.
The next 6 months in all 47 counties. Asanteni sana.
Jamani, wakituona katika kaunti 47 mutukaribishe kwa sababu runinga ya NTV tutaanza kutembea kutoka leo.
Asanteni sana, asanteni sana. Mwenyeji wenu anawaelekeza, tunaweza shuka na huu upande na ule upande. Asanteni sana, asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. Hawaja kaa, unajua kuna makofi sasa, asanteni sana ndo makofi. Jameni, makofi tena wanapokaa ama niendelee na asanteni sana. Jameni, asanteni sana. Haya. Kwa hivyo tunakwenda katika hatua iliyosalia katika hali ya kumalizia, but before that tutakuwa tunapata DJ tuweke mziki kidogo pale tukialika kupata kauli za mwisho, alafu tuelekezwe pale nje kwa ajili ya flagging off of what, Frida?
Yes, wakati tuna flag off the event, lazima tuone magari yetu yote yamewekwa nembo ya mimi Mkenya.
Aha. Jamani, tunaomba wimbo ule wa Eric Wainaina mimi Mkenya uendelee. Tunapojiandaa naomba tuwe tayari kule nje, tunawapatia dakika 2 za kuweza kuandaa zile bendera. Tunafahamishwa Frida na tunafahamu kwamba kuna bendera 2.
Naam.
Bendera moja ni ya mimi Mkenya
na bendera ya pili ni bendera yetu ya Kenya.
Aha. Kwa hivyo wimbo upande juu pale tunapoandaliwa kule. Aha, Frida ukiendelea kupatia historia kidogo.
Nikiendelea kupatia historia ni kuambia kwamba watu katika mitandao yetu ya kijamii Loft wamechangamka zaidi. Wanasema kwamba huu ni mchakato bomba kabisa na bila shaka tunataka kushukuru kila mtu ambaye alipata fursa ya kuja hapa na kuungana nasi hii leo tukizindua kampeni ya mimi Mkenya. Jukumu ni lako wewe kama Mkenya, jukumu ni lako katika maisha yako. Je, unafanya nini? Unamdhamini jirani yako? Unamdhamini rafiki yako?